It's your casual cinema bro, and I'm back to give you another slew of reviews of everything I've seen in the movies and on streaming sites. So let's get to it.
Don't freak out. There's a giant spider that's crawling up your back and it's almost into your hair. Just don't panic.
I'm still trying to process what I just watched, and I mean that in the best way possible. But let me say this, fuck you, Rachel. Now that that's out of my system, The Drama is a good movie. In all caps. Hats off to Zendaya and Robert Pattinson. The chemistry between those two were off the chart. The acting was believable. I love the score, and I don't know about y'all, but Jessie Ray, Inside Out, stays playing on my YouTube. I also enjoyed the flashback scenes, and I really thought the expectation versus the reality cutaways, chef kiss, showing us what the characters wanted to happen between each other versus what they actually got from one another. This movie won't be going anywhere for a long time. Besides the great acting from this leads, the core of this film tackles a very sensitive topic in American culture and presents a question where the answer isn't so black and white, which is visibly displayed by both actors. Robert Pattinson and his deep thought and decision making. Then you have Zendaya selling the whole discomfort the moment the game of worst thing you ever done is being played. I was excited to see The Drama, and it lived up to the hype.
The white Italian man's fiance, but ended up catching feelings for the black Italian cousin brother. Oh, this some Shonda Rhimes shit.
Listen, Lorenzo saw the vision from the jump. This was very romantic. You, Me, and Tuscany was a pleasant surprise to watch in theaters. I'm not the biggest fan of rom-com, however, this movie was firing on all cylinders. It was funny. The side characters all put points on the board, with Lorenzo and Francesca being my favorites. I thought Tuscany itself, alongside the pasta and the culture, played a huge role in setting the tone for this film. Lastly, the romance between Haley and Regine was cute, sweet, and had this innocence to it, which makes me wonder why people are saying they lack chemistry. Not everything has to be lustful, guys. Come on. The tagline for this film is "She came for pasta and got lost in the sauce." It should be changed from "she" to "we," because you definitely will get lost in the sauce in this one.
You need to listen to me about these videos. I need to do something.
Oddly enough, this could have been a Euphoria Season 3 storyline had Barbie Ferrer stayed in the show. Faces of Death was a fun horror film to watch. It has a nice take on social media's effect on society, making use of Reddit, having a fake TikTok, and giving us a psychotic, obsessed content curator. Also, Decree Montgomery needs to be considered for the role of Patrick Bateman in the new American Psycho adaptation, if he hasn't already. I'm telling you, I think he can pull it off after watching this one. Faces of Death, good movie.
Life in Normal is quiet, peaceful, predictable.
Bob Odenkirk was once a nobody, but now he's normal. You see what I did there? This is a cool film. It's your standard small town, big secret type of action movie. My only issue with this film is the setup. It was kind of boring. However, I understand it's laying down the foundations for what's to come. But hey, maybe that was the point. The second half of this film was everything but normal, so mission accomplished. The action was good. The humor wasn't over the top. It's just your good old small town dry humor. And Bob Odenkirk was just Bob Odenkirk. Solid performance, normal, good movie. Had Lee Cronin's The Mummy been called Evil Dead Sands of Cairo, I probably would have given this a 3.5 or a 4, at least on my letterbox. Outside a few scenes featuring a sarcophagus and some ritualistic mummification, nothing about this film felt like The Mummy, and unfortunately I couldn't get over that fact. Title aside, this is a good horror film. I thought the pacing was excellent for a movie that's 2 hours and 14 minutes long. The Mummy is dark, creepy, nasty, and gory. Everything Lee Cronin excels at. Who knows, maybe on my second rewatch of this film, my opinions might change. But man, it really felt like I was watching the Evil Dead movie. In terms of hotel horror, this is up there with The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody's The Ghost of Sweet 613, and I mean that with the highest of praise. Hokum is scary as fuck. There's quality jump scares, and it has this suspense and uneasiness to it that reminds me of films like Hereditary. Shockingly, this movie covers some heavy stuff, which I didn't get from the trailer, so that was a treat. Adam Scott and the rest of the cast really sells the whole asshole famous author visiting a hotel in a remote town type of vibe. Listen, this hotel wouldn't get a 4-star review from me, but on Letterboxd and here, oh hell yeah, go see Hokum.
This is hella fun. Why don't you want to get in the car? It's a lot of fun. Get in the damn car.
I'm mad it took me 3 years to see this movie. The Creator is a good AI sci-fi action adventure film. It felt like Eddie Murphy's The Golden Child meets Blade Runner. The visuals were top tier. John David Washington and Madame Voice were awesome. The chemistry build-up between the two was a slow burn, but that made the emotional moment between them pay off at the end. The only thing that can make this film even better is getting like an anime series or film adaptation. I'm just saying, I hope someone looks into that. I'm watching this movie on a plane and there's a scene coming up and I'm definitely thinking, fuck, he's about to kiss his mom, isn't he? Listen, The Northman is a great story about revenge with a reveal that punches you straight in your gut. Alexander Skarsgård was phenomenal. You can tell he took this role serious, which shouldn't be a surprise if you watch True Blood. He played a Viking then. I really appreciate Robert Eggers' use of hallucinations to showcase the fantasy aspect of Viking lore while also keeping the realism in the
I told you. Can't you tell? I'm the real Mima.
film. This is one of those movies you'd have to rewatch because what the fuck was that? Perfect Blue feels ahead of its time in some aspects when it comes to community pages, fandoms, and how the internet can warp one's mind. I was very pleased with this one. The reveal towards the end of the movie was jaw-dropping and paid off. Go see Perfect Blue, especially if you're into animation.
I need to think.
I told you what to think.
I've come to the conclusion that some of y'all just wanted to watch a movie called Allegations. Listen, this Michael biopic was awesome. I was tapping my feet and doing a little shimmy roll. I think the movie is very good for the casual Michael fans that don't know much about Mike, especially seeing how much he wanted to be free from the clutches of his fathers and be his own man. Jafar Jackson and Coleman Domingo were phenomenal. Jafar really captured that aura and complexity of Mike, which made me wonder if Michael even understood himself. But listen, thankfully, no one got up and started dancing in my theater because the managers were on speed dial.